Hello. This year I'm doing 30 and 30. So if you don't know what 30 and 30 is, it's where you read 30 volumes of manga in the month of April. And all of these, I looked at the book wall. I was like, I definitely have 30 volumes of manga in there, and I didn't even have to fucking dig. I took 30 off the top. So I'm gonna vlog it. We're gonna vlog it, but this is the beginning of the vlog, and so I'm gonna show you all the volumes of manga that I'm gonna be reading in April. Some of these I have already read. But I just ended up getting like another copy or something, hence why they were in the book wall in the first place. But I've never read these particular copies, so they were all in the book wall. This is just gonna be another way to help kind of chip that away. So let's get going. I've got 2 stacks here, and let's go. I did kind of organize them. If I had more than one volume in a series, I organized them so you know they were in order. But yes, first up, I do have the first 2 volumes of Mob Psycho 100. I have this one. I've read the first volume before. I've read the first 3 volumes actually. So I have Dead Man Wonderland, so I'm going to be rereading this first volume, and then I am going to read volume 4. I'm going to be reading volume 3 of My Love Mix-Up. I've got the first 3 volumes of My Dress Up Darling, so I have 1, 2, and 3. I've got the first volume of The Promised Neverland. I'm going to be rereading the first volume of Giver. I've got volume 10 of His Favorite, which is one of my favorite series, and it's huge. This is a thick volume. It should be a fun time. We've got Devils and Realist, volume 11. We've got volumes 17 and 18 of the Inuyasha anime manga. Oops. And then we've got, I'm going to be rereading the first and the third volumes of Haikyuu. Got Othello. Does this have a volume number on it? Oh, this is volume 1 even. Nice. Got volume 10 of Jujutsu Kaisen. Volume 2 of Is It Wrong to Try and Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon. Volume 4 of Library Wars. Volume 1 of The 100 Girlfriends Who Really Love You. Volume 1 of Noragami. The first 3 volumes of We Never Learn, so there's 1, 2, and 3. Got The God's Lie, volume 2 of Food Wars, and Galaxy Angel Beta, volume 1. So that's that. That's my TBR. I'll be checking in every night in April once this starts, and this will hopefully help with that whole issue back there. So yeah, that's all. Alright, it is April 1st and I just finished up Mob Psycho 100 volume 1. It was fine. I have the second volume. I don't know if I'm going to continue on after that. I watched the first couple episodes of the anime a while ago, and yeah, I'm not sure. It's fun enough. It's just not really the kind of manga that I'm into anymore, really, is what it is. I probably would have loved this in high school, but I'm not as into the action-y stuff anymore. But no, I did finish my first manga for 30 and 30. Alright, so I did finish up the second volume of Mob Psycho 100, and it was fun. It was cute. I don't think I'm gonna keep collecting this manga. I mean, I'm not really that interested in it. I do like Mob as a character, and I do like kind of the absurdity of the whole series, but I don't like the art style. I don't, and it's not really my style anymore of manga. I think I would have really liked this in high school, but I'm no longer in high school. This isn't really my style anymore, but I did read the first 2 volumes. Like I said, probably not going to continue on with the series. Alright, it is the end of day 3 of 30 and 30, and I just finished up the first volume of Dead Man Wonderland. This is technically a reread. I did read the first 3 volumes before, but I recently got an extra copy of volume 1, so I decided to get a reread. This is one of the series that I'm collecting. Tomorrow I'm reading volume 4, and I'm super excited for it. I kind of want to read it right now, but I can't. I gotta not. But no, I love this series. I love this series a lot. I think it's so fun. It's super dark, super gory. I love Yo. He is my favorite. He's terrible. He's that kind of terrible, manipulative little guy that I just adore. No, this is one of my favorites. I'm excited to read volume 4 tomorrow. It's gonna be a good time. Alright, day 4 in 30 and 30, and I just read Dead Man Wonderland volume 4. This is the first volume this month that is a continuation of a series that I'm working on. And honestly, I'm gonna say the first half of the volume, I was just like, am I gonna continue with this? Because I reread volume 1 yesterday. I loved it. I'm like, oh, I don't really remember what's going on. I don't really care. Then they fucking melted a guy, and I was like, oh, this is why I'm here. This is why I love this series. This is dark. This is so dark, and it's so fucking twisted, and I love it a lot. Yeah, I'm for sure continuing on with the series after volume 4. Someday. I mean, it's not a book month. I can't buy books again until June. So, but one day I'll continue the series. I'm excited. All right, volume 5 of 30 and 30. It's actually the 6th today, because I didn't read it yesterday for some goddamn reason. But I'll read 2 today. Volume 3 of My Love Mix-Up. I still really like the characters in this series. I like how distinct they are. I like mostly how much of a loser our main character is, and just how almost emotionless our love interest seems. He's just like kind of there, and he's very like a little bit repressed, and I like it a lot. I think it's very cute. I'm still continuing on going on with this series, for sure. All right, so day 6, 30 and 30, I read the first volume of My Dress Up Darling. So I'd read the 3rd volume previously, and it was one that I decided to go back and reread the first couple, and continue on the series because I think it's cute. I really like the characters. I really like how the male main character is just absolutely has no idea what's going on, just cannot deal. I like that. I like that in a main character, and I am excited to keep on going. But yeah, no, I'm going to be reading the first 3 volumes. I'm reading volumes 2 and 3 in the next couple of days. I'm rereading volume 3, and it's gonna be a fun time. Right, next day in 30 and 30, I read the 2nd volume of My Dress Up Darling, and I love how much just the little things are making her so flustered, because we see him flustered a lot, like a lot. But we don't get to see her flustered until like the end of this volume, when he calls her pretty, and like he has seen her practically naked, and he calls her pretty once, and she's like, I can't deal with this. I can't deal with it. It's so cute. I'm excited to reread volume 3, now that I have more backstory and background, so it's not just a one-off. And then one day, not soon, because I don't have a book month again until June, but one day, continue on with the series. It's so fun, so cute. All right, hello. So I did just finish up the 3rd volume of My Dress Up Darling. This was technically a reread, but I read it before I read volumes 1 and 2, which caused me to like get into 1 and 2. And so now I'm rereading it, and it is much cuter after reading the first 2. I am living for their relationship, and how hard she's fallen has been fantastic. Like, I love it so much. But yeah, there we are. Right, hello. So I did just finish up the first volume of The Promised Neverland, and I was not really going into this expecting to I'm not going to say like it, because I didn't expect it to dislike it, but I wasn't expecting to add it to my list of series that I'm planning on continuing and keeping. But it was intriguing, and I don't know how long I'll read it. I don't know how many volumes I'll read, but I do plan on continuing on, at least for now, because it's definitely interesting. It's a shame that I heard that the anime was trash, but yeah, that's where we're at right now. All right, just finished volume 10 of His Favorite. I still love this series. It's been a while since I've read any of it. I wish that this volume had more with these 2 in it, though, because there was a lot of side stuff, which is fun, and it's funny, but like, I wish he had more of these 2. So I did just finish up volume 11 of Devil's and Realist, and this is like my first volume of this series. Like, this is one of those ones that I just got randomly, and this has so much like random battle stuff, and I don't know who these people are, so I was very, very ready to be like, nope, didn't grip me. We're not going back and restarting it. Because even if I am like in the middle, like for example, let me grab one. Renee 19. Very fun. I want to continue on with it. I have not yet, but I intend to. Even if it is, way back, even if it is way far into the series, it is possible for me to like want to read it. Up until the very end, I was like, nope. Now I want to add it to my growing list. And I'm like, I gotta stop. All right. So I did just technically reread the first volume of Given. I've read volumes 1 through 3. I own 4 and 5. They're in the book wall. And I'm excited. Rereading this first volume did make me more excited to continue on with the series. This is such a good series. It's honestly probably the best BL series I've ever read in my entire life. Like, it is way up there. It's adorable. It's beautiful. The art style is beautiful. It's got some great characters. I really, really enjoy it. And rereading this first one was, just as wonderful as it was the first time. Art style, very cute. That's where we're at right now. Okay, so I did just read volume 17 of the Inuyasha anime manga. I just really don't care about the series at all, and that's kind of that's kind of where we're landing here. That's kind of where it is. I don't care about the series, so there's that. All right, so I just read volume 18 of Inuyasha Animanga. I still don't care about this. I still don't care about this at all. But I did have a thought while I was reading this. I'm like, so this is for 30 and 30, which is for April to read a volume of manga every day. I'm behind. I'm about a week behind. But I was thinking, I'm just gonna keep doing this every month. It's not gonna be all manga because I think I'm gonna run out. But just small books I know I can read in a sitting. So like children's, other graphic novels, stuff like that. I think that might help destroy that thing. So that's my thought. That's my thought that I had while reading this. All right, so I just read the third volume of Haikyuu reread. And I really do think that the early volumes of Haikyuu are where all the heart is. Like, I don't know if I was just getting burnt out on them. And now that I haven't read any in a long time, like I'm back into it. But these early volumes are so fun and I love them a lot. I do think though, I mean, I think I've mentioned this before for other sports manga, is that just the nature of a sports manga, the fact that it needs to have so much movement does really lend itself more to anime than manga, but the Haikyuu manga does a really good job with it. But no, I really enjoyed rereading this. All right, so I just finished up rereading the first volume of Haikyuu, and this series is so fun. I kind of dropped off around somewhere around volume 13. But reading the first volume was really fun, and I do really want to finish up the anime. I did get it on DVD when I canceled all my streaming services. But no, this was a really fun reread, and I do love the series a lot. I read my next 30 volume 10 of Jujutsu Kaisen. This is a series I don't care about. This is a series that I just get random volumes of and random lots of manga because it's really big right now. But I don't care for it. And it's not my style anymore. I probably would have liked it when I was in high school. And it also would help if I had read the first 9 volumes as well. So I read that. All right, so for 30 and 30, I think this is day 18. I'm not reading these one a day. This is a lie. It's all a lie. I read Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in the Dungeon Volume 2. This is one where I feel like it'd be a lot better as an anime. I don't know if it is or not. I'll maybe put in some text to tell you if it is. But I feel like it just does not lend itself well to manga, and I'm also not a huge fan of most fantasy manga because most of it just feels like, especially when they get into like these skills and stuff, when it's more the isekai kind. I'm not a huge fan. Will not be continuing on with the series or going back and restarting it. All right, so I did just read volume 4 of Library Wars: Love and War, and this is really one of my favorite series. I love the whole concept because this is about a future where censorship has gotten so bad that libraries have become kind of semi-militarized and they like fight to keep books on shelves and stuff like that, and it's awesome. And these two are adorable. It's a really good love story. I really like the concept. It's just a really fun series overall, and I am definitely excited to keep on going with it. So I read this. It was cuter than I thought. It was funnier than I thought. Definitely kind of a parody. Fun time. Right, so I just reread volume 1 of Noragami. I liked the first season of the show a lot. Yukine made me really, really sad. I read like the first 9 volumes of the manga. Around volume like 5, it started to kind of lose me, but I would be interested in rewatching the show, I think. But no, this first volume is fun. I really like it, and Yukine makes me so sad. This is a fun cover too. It's like a alternate one, but yeah, it's for her right now. All right, I read the first volume of We Never Learn. This is cute. I enjoyed it. I do have volumes 2 and 3 as well, and I don't know if I'm gonna continue on past that. I guess I'm gonna see how I feel about 2 and 3 before I figure that out. But I did finish it. I think it's cute. I like the characters. It's a good time. All right, so it's been a long time since I've read one of these because school's been crazy. I think it's been like literally 2 weeks since I've read anything for my 30 and 30, and now like 60 and 60. But I did read the second volume of We Never Learn, and I do think, honestly, that after I read the third volume, I'm dropping this series. It's just not really all that interesting. And I just don't really care about it at all. It seems pretty typical, but I do have the third volume, so I will be reading it. But after that, I think I'm done. Okay, and I did read the third volume of We Never Learn, and it was cute. It was fine, but I'm very ready to never pick up this series ever again. All right, so for next day, 30 and 30, well, 61 and 61. I did read The God's Lie, which was very sad. This was very sad. It took a dark turn that I wasn't expecting. It's good. It was good. It is just a one shot. It's just 1 volume, which is kind of a shame because I would like to see more of these characters. I would like to see like, I honestly, if this was a series, I would be continuing on with it. But yeah, no, I did finish this. Next one in 61 and 61, I did read Food Wars Volume 2, and this is a series I'm not intending on completing. Unfortunately, when I was reading this one, I was getting really interested in the characters. So now I don't know. I think I'm not going to, but if I see them in a lot on eBay, I might not say no, but it's not going on my dedicated list again, even though none of the characters are interesting to me. So there's that. All right, so I read Galaxy Angel Volume 1, and I feel like I missed something. I feel like I was supposed to know more about these characters than I did, and I feel like there were so many big dramatic moments, but I didn't know who these people were, so it really didn't mean much to me, but I did read it, so there's that. All right, hello. So this is the end of my first 30 and 30, and I'm realizing as I look at my spreadsheet that I missed putting things in the spreadsheet for at least 2 of these because I'm at April 28th, but I know I just read the last one. So, but let's talk about whether I read anything that I'm actually going to continue on with or not. First up, I read the first 2 volumes of Mob Psycho 100. I'm not going to continue on with that series. I reread the first volume of Dead Man Wonderland, and I read the 4th volume of Dead Man Wonderland. We'll be continuing on with that. I read the 3rd volume of My Love Mix-Up, which I will be continuing on with. I read the first 3 volumes of My Dress Up Darling. We'll be continuing on with. First volume of Promised Neverland we'll be continuing on with. Reread the first volume of Given, which I will be continuing on with. The 10th volume of His Favorite, which I will be continuing on with. I read the 11th volume of Devils and Realists, which I will be going back and buying the first 10 volumes and reading them. I read volumes 17 and 18 of Inuyasha, the anime manga, which I will not be continuing on with. Same with the 1st and 3rd volumes of Haikyuu, or the 1st volume of Othello, which I will not be continuing on with, or the 10th volume of Jujutsu Kaisen, which I will not be continuing on with. 2nd volume of Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon, which I will not be continuing on with. Volume 4 of Library Wars, which I will be continuing on with. Volume 1 of We Never Learn, which I will not be continuing on with. Reread the first volume of Noragami, which I will not be continuing on with. Read the first volume of The 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You, which I will be continuing on with. Read the 2nd and 3rd volumes of We Never Learn, which I'm still not continuing on. Read The God's Lie, which is a one-shot. And then I read the 2nd volume of Food Wars, which I will not be continuing on with, even though I liked it a lot more than I liked the first one. I already got rid of the first one, and we're not continuing on that series because it's fucking weird. And then I read the first volume of Galaxy Angel, which I will not be continuing on with. And I am really curious as to what the other ones were. So I'm going to go back, actually, into my composition notebook that has everything. So I need to start in April and see where I missed it. Did I not actually count out 30? Because looking in here, which has every book I've read since 2012, I don't see any other manga in here that was for this. So, but that's the end of that TBR. Like, I know that is because the next one isn't a manga. And so, because I know that for my May books, I was going to start with not manga. So, I don't know. I guess not only did I fail 30 and 30 in that it's May 27th, but also in that I read 28 books. But that's my wrap up for the first part of this vlog. It's going to be, honestly, I'm pretty sure it's going to be 92 and 92. Except for it'll actually be 90 and 92. So, there's that. That's it. That's the ending of this part of the vlog. Stay tuned for the TBR for the next one, which I have already filmed like a little while ago. But that is that. That's where we're at.